Mr. Drunk Ass.
Hey, I think I'm doing pretty good. Give me a break.
Well, since you're super drunk, what are we going to talk about, drunk boy?
I don't know. I never said I was super drunk. I just said I was drunk.
Shh. The internet doesn't know the difference.
The internet will never know the difference between why I'm drunk and why I'm super drunk. Super ultra mega fucking drunk.
Yes. Ultra mega fucking drunk.
Welcome to the Super Happy First Gamma Drop Tea Party with Kiki and Rose. This is episode 5. Enjoy.
So I'm just kind of here tonight. I have actually finally watched some more stuff. What did I watch this week? I finally finished that crazy French anime, Le Chevla. Yeah. I freely admit I'm butchering the French. I have no clue how to pronounce it.
Which one is that again?
That's the one with the guy where him and his sister got murdered, and he's like her soul is inhabiting his body, and so occasionally, like when she seeks vengeance, like she comes out through him, and he basically looks they look a lot alike, and because it takes place in like 17th century or actually 16th century France, he's like a long-haired blonde swordsman, French swordsman. So like when she inhabits his body, he looks a lot like his sister. It's very there's like zombies and weird like what's the word I'm looking for? Mystic kind of stuff going on. It's very my final conclusion about basically the ultimate goal is around why did his sister get murdered? Why did she die? What was the story? And it's basically a big plot to control basically like the monarchies, specifically the French monarchy, but like more so just all monarchies. And the one thing I kept coming back to is that the series really could be about half as long as it is. It's 24 episodes. They could have done 12 or 13 and probably have been fine, because up until like the last disc there was no storyline. There was a storyline, but it was very like I didn't feel like the middle ground really had any point other than just slowly, very slowly exhibiting certain characters and introducing characters and basically setting up the story so that at the very end, the last, like, I would say 4 or 5 episodes, they could start killing people off, as revenge was taken, I guess. So, yeah, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, derp a derp. It seems like I finished something else, but I can't think of what. Oh, we watched. Me and a friend last night watched The Secret Life of Arietti, which was interesting, to say the least. I was it was a good show, but I think it is by far probably the calmest, tamest, most like lacks the most amount of drama of any Miyazaki film I've ever seen.
Well,
It is like seriously like super chill.
yeah, well, it's just, a house in the countryside, and that's it. There's little people. Yay!
I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. It was just kind of like, what? We watched it. I kept thinking, like, where's the drama? And there was, I mean, there was like a little bit where stuff happens and the little people get discovered as they start getting discovered. But like, at no point was I like, oh my god, on the edge of my seat like I was with like Princess Mononoke or Porco Rosso or I don't know. There was never any conflict really. I mean, there was an issue, but like it wasn't. There was never any doubt in my mind that it would turn out the way I thought it would. It ended up being kind of a moral of the story movie, which was just like being brave. Other than that, I don't believe I've watched anything else new this week. Kind of lame, I know. I've got some time off next week, so hopefully next week when we record, I'll have more to talk about. Well, also, hopefully I'll have seen the next part of Madoka, so that'll give us something to talk about.
Yay!
And then whenever Inuyasha gets here, because, Right Stuff sales, oh my god, I've ordered the entire series of Inuyasha, all 7 seasons. At least I think that's all. But there might be one more. I'm not absolutely clear. I'm actually gonna look that up real quick. I know I need to get the movies, but that's its own issue.
Well, there are 7 seasons.
Cool, cool. So I'm okay. I've ordered the entire thing.
Yes, how exciting.
I know I live such a wild and crazy life, right?
Well,
People must just be like, "Wow, this is Drunk Bones." Drunk Bones is completely fucking boring.
that's okay.
There
Frankly,
is a
better to be boring.
there's something new called the final act
Final act? Final act.
of Inuyasha. It's like the last season, I think. But I don't think it's out yet.
Yes, English dub to be announced.
November 20th it comes out. Wow.
Wait, even that show's still not over? Ah.
I remember hearing about this. They made one more season like what was it, like 4 years after the original series finished? And it was just to basically like take the last 2 or 3 books. It's all very silly.
How can there be more things?
How could it be another season? I thought it was mostly due to the fact that the manga hadn't finished when the TV series did, and now the manga's finished, so they went back and they're doing the last whatever. Hell if I know. I am but a simple fisherman.
Well, let's see, manga started what? 96? 97?
I'll tell you in a second here. It started 1996. It only actually ran for 2 years. It was November 13th, 1996 to that would be June 18th, 2008. Oh wow, I really screwed that up. Take scratch what I just said. Make that 12 years, and you'll be far closer.
So, Drunk Bones is boring and can't do math.
Excuse me, princess.
Is
How much is the? Ooh, $35.
that a good price? I don't know.
Oh, I'm looking. You know how it is. I now that I've got the TV series on order, I'm like, I wonder how much the movie box set is. 35, about $40, because Amazon's got it for 41 something. How much does Right Stuff have it for? 44.93. Yeah, so it's actually not that great of a deal unless. Yeah, now even with my discount, that's still the same price as Amazon.
Aren't the movies not integral to the plot though?
No, I'm a completionist, so I want to know how much it would cost for me to pick up the movies. In general, anytime it's either Viz or Funimation, I don't really worry about getting the stuff all at once because they never stop printing stuff until the license runs out, and usually the licenses now for them are set like 20 years in the future, and they're constantly renegotiating.
Apparently, Axe Body Spray in Japan is offering Gundam minifigures.
Oh boy, to use axe so that the girls will be falling out of the sky on top of me.
Uh, Body spray and body soap. That's one way to get people to buy your really smelly crap.
Mm-hmm. Really smelly crap. Oh.
I'm not sure I can fault Axe for that. Maybe the men who buy it just wear far too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I meant to link this before we started talking, but
Good job. Good job.
you want to eat Cube's face?
I could eat Cube's face. I still say he's Mustopheles.
He actually sounds kind of delicious. Sponge cake with vanilla mousse and raspberry sauce.
Mmm. Delicious, delicious cake. I kind of wish I had a cup of tea tonight, but unfortunately we're out of tea at the house, and I am too drunk to go get any.
There is finally tea in the house again over here.
That's good.
I'm enjoying a nice cup.
I've decided I need to get an electric teapot once the weather cools off for the fall.
I wish I had room.
What now?
I said I wish I had room for one in here.
Well, I have room on the end of my desk, and I have the plugins. It's just a matter of, doing it. It's still like it's still averaging in like the high 70s, low 80s here, so it's still a little warm for tea. But another
Never
month,
too warm for tea.
it is when your house is 80 degrees at night.
I would love for my house to be 80 degrees, but I would have to be the only one that lives there.
Yeah, I don't like the house being 80. I'm much happier when it's like 75 or better yet 65.
Oh my god, anything below 70 is too cold.
I love it when it's 65. You can snuggle down in a blanket and you're nice and warm. Oh, I generally don't enjoy it in the winter when it's actually cold in the house. Living in Minnesota where it's subarctic in winter.
Well, I live in California.
Yeah, you lucky dog. At least it's nice most of the year. Oh wait, no, that's the state where there's two seasons: summer and natural disaster.
I, always, yeah, yeah. The only thing I worry about is flooding.
Mm-hmm. Mudslides.
Well, we're not near mudslides. We're in the valley.
Ah, so you'll be mudslided on top of.
It stops before it reaches us.
Ah, okay. That's kind of like flooding here. I live on the highlands near a river valley, and so like I never I never have to worry about flooding because we're about 100 feet above the water table. Like there are parts of the town that are right on the river that are gonna get flooded if the river rises, but we're up on the cliffs, so we basically never have to worry about flooding. And since it's Minnesota, the worst possible thing that could happen to me is either a blizzard or a tornado where I live.
We've had the occasional tornado warning, but I've never seen one touch down.
I've seen like them starting, but never with it all the way on the ground coming at us.
Just like we're near the area that always catches on fire, but it never gets to us because we're, wet. Because
Mm.
we're the wetlands.
Yay, wetlands! Hooray! That's one way to look at it, I guess.
Well, I'm sure the farmers are glad that their, land doesn't catch fire every year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Jerry Nelson died.
That name sounds familiar, but I don't know from what.
He's, or at least he was, the voice and I think he did some of the puppeteer work for the Count.
Oh wow! Damn. Yeah, I gotta see this. Okay. Okay, he was the Amazing Mumford, Harry Monster, Count Von Count, Sherlock Hemlock. Apparently he was Mr. Cephalophagus at one point. That's kind of funny. Well, I guess Vio con Dios, Mr. Nelson. Uh, you know, God rest your soul.
Let's see, let's try to find something happy to talk about. All the news articles I saved were about unhappy things. So.
Mm-hmm.
Like no single player for Command and Conquer Generals 2.
Oh joy.
Is what I play these games for. I like to play single player and then multiplayer it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't be doing anything with that until single player comes around.
That's always bad news when there's no single player. It's like, oh. Oh joy.
A woman in Pennsylvania blamed her non-existent twin sister for stealing items from a hotel room.
Wow. Just, wow. I wish I could blame all of my problems on my non-existent siblings.
I do have siblings, so I just blame them.
It wasn't me, officer. It was the one-armed man.
And apparently there is a bad batch of pickled cabbage going around Japan.
Great.
It has killed people. Yay!
Death by pickled cabbage. Hell yeah.
That makes me want to eat it less and less. And then, of course, there's the woman who strangled her neighbor with her bra.
Wow.
A woman strangled her elderly neighbor with her bra when he refused to lend her money. That seems a bit harsh.
Yeah, I would say that's a little bit off the deep end.
Well, Okay, it was in Siberia, so.
Oh, okay, that's a little different.
Yes, the fact that it comes from another country makes it all worth it.
Well, it's Russia.
Yeah.
Russia basically exists as something between I don't even know if you'd want to say a police state and an anarchist commune.
See, a thief got away after two good Samaritans grabbed the wrong person in New Jersey.
Uh-oh.
They were driving down the street when they saw what appeared to be a man assaulting a woman. But it turns out the man was walking down the street when he said the woman robbed him of about $400 in cash and a gold chain.
Okay, then.
Oops. Let's see, things to talk about. Doctor Who's coming back in September.
You must be so excited. Okay, you're very excited, apparently.
Yay! More Doctor Who.
You crazy dog, you crazy.
Well, now you're calling me a dog.
You crazy cat, you crazy. You crazy horse, you crazy.
I do not murder people.
What? Wait, what?
I was referencing Family Guy.
And apparently I'm the drunk one.
Yes, you are, comparatively.
Apparently.
As I've not touched any alcohol today.
Today.
Yes, today.
Because you couldn't have possibly drank so much that you're not still drunk right now from yesterday. No, that's not possible at all.
Okay, I haven't touched any alcohol since like the first week of August.
Which was... Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. That's a good 2 or 3 weeks back.
That was barely anything.
Ooh, that's not what it seemed like the night we were all hanging out. I mean, shit. Poor Charlie, he's never been the same.
This is the end of part 1. You have just been listening to the Super Happy First Abercross Tea Party with Kiki, and those not the number of recommended cups of tea to drink each day in 4. This gives you optimal benefit. Given the cash Kiki drinks are more than half, possibly doubling or triple the recommended rate.
Did you know that Glee is moving to Thursday? Why can't they move shit?
What now?
Anyway.
No, I missed what you said. I'm sorry. What was it?
That wasn't me talking.
Oh.
My mother-in-law opened the door to talk about Glee.
Oh.
I'll just cut that out since neither of us were saying anything.
No, I was like, whoa, what?
There's a tad slur in your speech.
Yeah?
But other than that, you being drunk is not all that interesting.
No, it really isn't.
Yeah, damn.
I know, it's sad, isn't it? Well, mind you, it's also been 2 hours since I stopped, so... And I've also eaten in the meantime, so I'm fairly clear.
You are now listening to part 2 of episode 5 of the Super Happy First Abercross Tea Party with Kiki and Rose.
Anyway, Doctor Who.
Yay. You must be so excited.
Yes, I am very excited. You watch any Doctor Who?
I do not.
Because it's not animated?
Because when he made the line something about the wiggly diggly 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 and the wiggly thiggly thiggly, there's a... I'm just like, oh, okay. I'll like something about it's a timey-wimey something or other, and I'm just like, okay, I'll be over here if anybody needs me. You have fun with the retard time traveler.
Oh, the things that just came out of your mouth are hilarious.
Okay.
That means I have to find something else to talk about.
I'm sorry.
Cool person.
I'm not cool like you kids. I don't watch British sci-fi.
I don't think there was anything really all that interesting anime news-wise.
Yeah, sorry. I meant to watch more stuff, but it just never happened.
What is Soul Eater not?
It's Soul Eater, but it's the class of people who are not like combat level people, I think, is basically the line. It's like they have two major groupings of students. They have students who are actually like combat ready and students who are not. Soul Eater not are the students who are not combat ready.
It looks adorable. I might have to look into that.
Sorry, I was just reading. One of my friends sent me an article for Dan Spitz, former guitarist of the band Anthrax, who turned master watchmaker. Interesting guy. He felt like there wasn't really any challenge in being a guitarist anymore. It wasn't. It was like it became his making music became just another job, and so he gave it up for a while to go into watchmaking, and he absolutely loves it.
Good for him.
Indeed, that is just nuts. Seems like a nice guy. Godspeed to him on his journey. Sorry, I wish I was more interesting tonight. Unfortunately, the don't really have much to say. It was a another mundane week here in Bonesland.
Let's see what's trending on Twitter.
Indeed, I wish I could say I actually have watched. I used to watch. I gotta turn the fan back on. It is way too stale, stuffy in my room office. I'll turn it on low. Hopefully the microphone won't pick it up too much. Just way too stuffy in here. If it was a little cooler, I wouldn't need it, but it's still like 78 inside my house, even with the air running on low. Um, I remember watching. I watched the new Doctor Who, or the newer seasons of Doctor Who, when it first came out. And it was the Scottish actor.
Christopher Eccleston. I probably
Yes,
butchered his last name.
yeah, that's what I meant. The All I remember was like after that he played Destro in GI Joe the movie, and I was just like, wow, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, actually. He's on Heroes as well, but Heroes ended up sucking after a while, so that's not really a good thing.
Well, that's too bad, unfortunately, I guess.
Yeah. Is that another thing you've not seen?
I've never watched any American television, basically. I just don't even bother.
Oh,
I know I'm totally annoying, right?
no. Let's see. Well, Katie is trending. Is there a storm heading that
Probably.
there?
I haven't been paying attention to the news. It's mostly been political shit, which I don't even want to hear.
And such and such.
Hello, my name is Mitt Romney, and I have crazy ass attitudes about life in this country. I'm sure he actually doesn't, but that's what it feels like. Then there's all this talk about Lance Armstrong having his Tour de France titles stripped and then being banned from cycling for life. It's like, okay, wow. I'll be over here.
What did I say I wanted to talk about this week? I do not remember.
I don't remember either. I probably have the log somewhere from when we were talking, but
Scroll up, scroll up.
I think it was a couple days ago that we were talking about it, but
What are we talking about there? Okay. That's us talking about Google? Is that before or after? Well, why don't you, something for you to talk about while I'm figuring out what we're talking about. You could talk about how mean Best Buy is.
yes, those monsters. Basically, for the last month, every time, basically the only company that they were still getting new releases from was Funimation. And occasionally Senti Filmworks, but mostly just Funimation, right? And so for like the last, I'd say, month and a half this summer, like July and August, every week on Tuesday when a new release comes out, I've taken a ride over to Best Buy and picked it up. Well, this week Shangri-La Parts 1 and 2 came out, and I was like, this series looks interesting. So I was gonna run over and get it. Well, when I got there, they were like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you're gonna get next week's stuff? They're like, maybe, but probably not. And my whole thing is like, I don't mind ordering online, which is very easy to do, but it takes me a long time to do it because I have to like justify in my mind to pull the trigger, because it's not as easy as just, putting cash down and then walking out with stuff. I actually have to, pay a bill at the end of the month, and I suddenly realize like when I actually have to write a check for a, a $300 or $400 credit card bill, and I realize like that's what I'm spending a month on anime. I'm just kind of like, wow, I have a problem. So yeah, that's also why it took me like a month to order the next part of Madoka Magica, because I'm like $75. Ugh. So long story short, I haven't ordered Shangri-La yet. It's on my to order list. I'm gonna probably wait for the next big Funimation sale at Right Stuff, and then probably pick it up when it's on sale. Because I'm sure they'll have a sale at some point in the next couple months. That's pretty much it. I'm lame like that. Also, I like turtles, and I am a banana, and very possibly my spoon is too big.
That is an oldie.
Well, I just introduced one of my friends to Don Hertzfeld, and so the running joke has been when we call each other, the first thing we hear is "My spoon is too big." No, wait, my spoon is too big. My spoon is too big. And then all of a sudden, just from the other side, I'll hear her, "I am a banana," and we all just crack up. I did see Paranorman today, which was an interesting kind of Halloween movie early, considering it's in August. It just came out like what, last week or the week before, but it's an obvious Halloween movie. That's what it feels like, at least. Pretty good kids movie. Kind of there were a lot of cute things in the movie that we it was me and two other friends, and we were basically, it was us and a whole bunch of like parents and like little kids, and so we were making some of the weirdest references that no one but us were getting. Like at one point when they're trying to find the grave of like the witch. The main villain is this ghost of this witch that like cursed the town 300 years ago, and they're trying to find the grave, and like they look into the distance and like the forest near the town, and there's like this big like glowing tornado, and I just looked at my friends and I'm like, choose the form of your destroyer, and we just started cracking up, and there was just this silence through the rest of the theater. I just, I'm one of those douchebags. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have to make funny jokes when it's just, like, it was like us and like four other parents with their kids, and I just kept making really bad reference jokes to old 80s and 90s movies. Yeah, sorry. Unfortunately, I don't remember most of the movie because almost falling asleep because I'm lame like that. Ah, there we go.
I have a friend who often falls asleep in movie theaters.
They're so quiet. If you get the right movie, it's just like, oh, oh, thud.
It feels like you're paying a lot just to take a nap.
Well, I didn't actually ever fall asleep, but I kept getting close. We stayed up late last night watching uh, Secret Life of Arietti, and I kept being like, "Oh my god, this movie is so chill. I just want to crawl under my blanket and fall asleep." The one thing that has been all consuming in my mind is Reddit had a thing about a guy showed what I guess you would call like an inflated sheet for it. That looks really cool, and I'm trying to figure out how the heck they did it. Guy had like a bed sheet and like a box fan, and he had like this, basically made a giant air pillow that he was like inside of, or like balloon, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. It seemed like such a cool idea, but I can't figure out how he did it. Because it looked like it was just a standard, like a sheet off a bed. And I'm like, now how the heck would you get it to blow up like that? Like, again, he's blowing air, but you know what I'm saying? Like the whole, like he got it to stay inflated.
Hmm. Um,
I'm sorry, I don't really have very many topics tonight.
I suppose we could try to find like a genre to talk about of anime.
We could do that.
I could swear I suggested something, but I would have to go in my real logs because it only loads back so far, and I don't want to open them. What was culturally relevant recently?
Channel logs, I think, is what I want. /net. Homestuck Insanity. What day do you think that was? Was that the 23rd, maybe?
Um, Maybe.
Let's see here. Talking. Oh, that's today. I'm still getting used to Mibit with the logging system. And then last night you got in and basically went right to bed.
I was tired.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just looking at the thing, trying to remember what each day was. That's right. You have a tablet now.
You're so bad at this.
I'm sorry.
It's not like all blame falls on you. I didn't exactly come prepared. Even though I had prepared earlier, I just forgot about it.
That's right. Earlier this week you were trying to come up with music. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I still haven't done something that I like.
My friends all love the dancing cat GIF title card from last week.
Oh, good. Oh, what am I gonna do for a tall card biscuit?
We was trying to make puns. The puns were bad, really bad. What kind of birds are we? What did I say I was? I don't even remember. I eventually cracked back in. I was like, birds. Oh, I'm a whatever. Oh yeah, I'm a vulture.
Apparently you're not, though. Apparently you're a white cockatoo. Whatever.
Apparently, I have no idea why. Talking about Google becoming the big tech company.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. I asked you what you would order, and you said a cheap tablet, and I was like, "What the hell is a cheap tablet?" And you're like, "This one," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm going back. Apparently, whatever day this was, like we talked a lot because this is way like at least 2 to 3 times as long as the last couple logs I've had for the last couple days. Oh yeah, this had to have been Tuesday. No, it was Wednesday. Wow, it's only a couple days ago because it's. I was going anime hunting.
what does that say about our memory?
Wow, it's way back. Yeah, never mind. I tried. I not going through another log. These logs are way too long. We had plans, but God only knows what they were.
I don't know. I'll search through them another day and maybe because I
Well,
think it had to do with something some douche said, but douches say a lot of things, so I'm not sure.
was that the guy that said that? Were we talking about the guy with the rape comment?
Oh, legitimate rape. The
What is considered legitimate rape, and it's only if a man forcibly penetrates a woman, in the what is it, vaginal cavity.
then he thought the uterus had a panic button or some shit.
Yeah, if it's legitimate rape, that the body will automatically reject pregnancy, and I'm like, except that it's the exact opposite. Rape is more likely to cause pregnancy than not.
Did I make any bookmarks for that? No, I didn't.
No, mostly because he's such an idiot that when he said that, the Republican Party actually disavowed him. Did you see that?
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
He
nope,
literally,
not gonna touch that.
literally, he was so stupid that he was originally invited to the Republican convention this year, and they uninvited him and told him he was no longer welcome because he refused to budge from his position that this is an actual scientific fact, and all of the gynecologists and doctors and experts on, like, I guess you would call it consequences of rape, were like, no, it's actually the opposite of what you're saying. And there's that whole, deniable plausibility, like, oh, you're just saying that because you're a part of the liberal left wing agenda or some shit. I don't even know. I've stopped paying attention to like Republican politics because it's just depressing. Like the shit they're coming up with is just blows my mind. And I'm not saying like the Democrats aren't, but I haven't heard anything.
Well, here's an article about the doctor who apparently claims this shit.
Oh God,
Dr. Wilkie, I want to say,
it's very plausible.
is a leading voice within the pro-life community. Oh, great. Wilkie believes that trauma caused by violent rape causes a woman's reproductive system to shut down. He presented this belief as fact in educational materials, including a book about abortion and a website called abortionfacts.com.
And the same response will always be given by every other scientist in his community. Where's your peer-reviewed research? But what do I know, right? Right.
Let's see, abortionfacts.com is a very cheap-looking website. Statistics.
What's what I'm looking for? I might already be a serial rapist.
Okay, their apparent recent statistic links from the CDC
Yeah.
goes to a page not found, and those link back to their own website, so that's not helpful.
No, it's not.
Let's see, one of their links is abortion and the Bible.
Just remember, it's not real abortion unless you're using a coat hanger.
Okay, the three important questions about abortion. Define alive. Alive means that this being is growing, developing, maturing, and replacing its own dying cells. It means not being dead. Okay.
My question has always been, when do you become a separate being from your mother? Is it when you're a fetus, or is it when you're, once you pass out of her? I thought legally you weren't even considered a real living being until you were, that your mother birthed you, basically. But I don't know. I mean, my whole thing with abortion has always been like, I don't really have an issue with it as long as it's not like late second term abortion. Like, if you're like 6 months pregnant, there's a certain, like, unless it's a medical necessary thing, there's not really a good reason to be like, yeah, I don't want the kid anymore. It's like, you went 6 months out of 9.
Yeah. This
Like,
references Hitler's Germany a lot.
oh god, they've activated what is that rule that says once you reference Hitler on the internet, all arguments going forward are completely invalidated. There's actually a name for it. Like, there are entire forums that work off the concept that if you're having like a good debate and somebody references Hitler, the debate is automatically over.
But this really isn't helpful information at all.
But I thought the website would have all the answers you were looking for. What happened? I mean, going back to what I started with, I am very genuinely excited for the next box of Madoka to arrive, so that I can see the next 4 episodes. I mean, like they're actually kind of forcing me to take it in small chunks, which is a kind of a cool thing for me because I haven't done this. It's gonna sound really lame, but I haven't done this kind of like watching of anime in a long time, and it's been good because it forces me to, what's the word I want to use? Like, it forces me to genuinely pay attention because if I want to know more, I have to know what happens so that when I order the next one, I'm ready. I'm ready and able to view the next part. Well, theoretically, I wouldn't really have to, but it wouldn't make much sense to not pay attention.
This is the end of part 2. You were just listening to the ultra awesome super happy Dabber from Tea Party with Kiki and Mo.
When he made the line something about the wiggly jiggly 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 and the 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 Yay! Yay! Hi, you guys!
Continuing now with part 3 of the super happy Dabber from Tea Party with Kiki and Mo.
Okay, I'm not gonna read out the whole thing because it's long and it makes my head hurt, but it's essentially a little stupid excerpt from a pro-life book.
Yay, pro-life book.
It just equated the morality of rape to the decisions on abortion.
Yay.
Well, let's see what they have to say about contraceptions. What
They're
do
the
you know
devil.
about condoms?
Because there's no legitimate alternative use for birth control other than its primary use, which is birth control. And I dare anyone, I double dog dare anyone to prove me wrong and give me alternative use for birth control other than birth control.
There is no clinical proof that condoms are effective in reducing the risk of infection from STDs. They said the CDC said this.
Except that the general consensus in the scientific community is that they are indeed 99.9% effective in reducing the transference of or the transmission of sexually transmitted diseases, and they are what 99.8% effective at preventing unwanted pregnancy,
Yeah.
assuming they don't break. In which case, if they broke, it's basically zero.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you really shouldn't read that like Republican, conservative, whatever hate mongering. I don't know whose spiel that is. I'm just putting it's one or the other kind of thing, but it's yeah. Like I said, I prove anyone to tell me that there's an alternative use for birth control.
Well, I take it for alternative reasons.
I know I was being sarcastic.
No, I'm just saying,
Oh yeah.
that would be me. Right there going, I have to. Well, I
So
don't have to.
I once had a conservative classmate argue with me that there were no alternative uses for birth control other than birth control, and I'm going, yeah, it's called hormonal balancing at the very least. There's other reasons too, but
Yeah.
that's the main one is that it helps balance hormones in women, which also in turn can make I had an ex-girlfriend who had issues with how do I put this gently and politely? Her monthly, her
She had
monthly,
issues with her period.
yeah, it was bad. It was really really bad. Like the cramping, all the symptoms of it coming or going, or I'm not sure exactly where those come in, but when those symptoms hit, they were bad, and the birth control by leveling out her hormone levels reduced the severity of her monthly period. And I thought that was great. I was like, that is totally worth the money. If that makes your life easier for, you know, well, and it also reduced the length. Like there was a couple of times where it was like over a week. I was like, dude, this is craziness. The like basically like, and I mean this in the nicest way possible. Like, I can't imagine being a woman and like for like over a week dealing with that every month. I'd just be like, good God, give me the gun, let me stick it in my mouth, pull the trigger.
Well, that's why I work so hard at making sure that, you know, I've got my stuff, because otherwise, off the pill, my natural cycle is once a year.
Yikes.
Yeah, and that is the entirety of a month and sometimes more.
That must be very, very interesting.
It. I'm sorry, do you not want to talk about my bloody bits?
No, no, it's all right. I've one of my good friends has been describing the scientific facts behind. I want to say PMS, but I'm not sure if that's the right term. Like the all the stuff that goes into like
Are
you
you
know
talking about the associated, like, mood swings with periods?
no, she was talking about the amount of basically she was describing the amount of like the reason why women get cramps when you're
Oh,
when
she's talking about the amount of discharge.
yeah, but she was talking about the amount of force that the muscles have when they're shedding the mucous membrane inside the vaginal cavity, and it was actually enough that we worked it out that if if the maximum force that was measured, which I think was like 400 pounds per square inch. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, that was wrong. It was like 7 pounds per square inch, but it was like it was like 400 millimeters of mercury, which works out to basically enough pressure that if a man were to, um, let's say, uh, be trying to earn his Red Wings,
Yes.
it would be enough force to actually reverse the flow of blood into the penis. Like
Nice.
squeezing, if the squeezing is at maximum force, you could actually basically like a balloon squeeze the blood out, because that's all it really is on a man. So if you push hard enough on the side, and I'm going, ow, 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 ow.
I don't think that has to do with PMS though.
Mm-mm. I don't know what they call it. Like it's the post, you know, like the cramping that goes along with like post menstruation.
Yeah. Hmm.
Look, I'm a guy. I'm just happy that you know my worst issue is dealing with women who are going through it and trying not to get my head bit off.
Well,
Other than that, I'm completely oblivious to everything, and I'm happy to stay oblivious because God knows I don't want to know the pain.
well, the thing is, some women are blessed with, the perfect period, the one that, you only get a little crampy and it's normally around the same time a month, the perfect period you always see in fucking movies with, the dots on the calendar are all within the same week every month, whereas mine are not.
No, that's what I've run into with a lot of like my female friends and I don't say relatives, but like relations. You know,
Yeah.
like it's always messy. It's not consistent. Sometimes there's nothing. Sometimes it's like you said. Sometimes it's nothing, and sometimes it's like once a year for an entire month. It's like holy shit.
Which is why I take pills.
Yeah.
There was a point that I was taking menopause medication for it
Wow.
in an attempt to level it out. Because, not so much these days, but especially when I was younger, I kept having to switch what I was taking because it was like my body adjusted to it and suddenly it didn't work anymore.
Interesting. So let me reiterate. I am so happy to be a man.
Yeah, that's because the period, yeah, it's your uterus doing stuff, but because of all the hormones associated with it, a lot of
Yeah.
people get violent or general annoying mood swings, and it can, fuck with your immune system, which leaves you open to getting sick all the time. And then there's the possibility of it going so long that you end up hospitalized because of it. I had to go to the emergency room once.
Mm-hmm.
And just the other day, my lady friend who used to be on Depo all the time doesn't have health insurance anymore, so she's not on Depo anymore. So she forgot what a period was like, and she was sent home sick because it was so bad it made her throw up.
Sounds about right.
You want to switch topics?
Well, I just don't have much to say other than thank God I'm a man. I really just that's all I can keep saying to you. Unfortunately, it's just like I'm a man, baby. I don't have to worry about these kind of things. I just stay out of the way, and it all works itself out.
Okay, periods shouldn't be a big deal. We should be able to get what we need, like anyone else, for stuff.
Yep.
But at the same time, there are some women out there who have, piddly periods, who make it like the biggest deal ever. And it makes the rest of us look bad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm moody because my period. No, you're moody because you're a bitch. Because you're using the fact that you're a woman as a reason to be a horrible person.
Fair enough. Fair enough. actually kind of hilarious, just a little bit.
What?
I don't know, just the way you put that was just hilarious to me.
Well, I, actually don't like most women, so, and it's for reasons like that. I'm not saying that they might not have a horrible period. It's just when you're always a bitch, you can't really use that as an excuse.
I've never said that thing where people are like, well, I'm on my period and I'm in pain and whatever, and so I have a free pass to be a total jerkwad. It's like I have chronic regular kidney stones, right? And I'm in extreme excruciating pain, but I don't get to be a jerk to people. And when I mean extreme excruciating pain, I mean extreme excruciating pain. For the few people out there who are listening, if you've never had kidney stones, you have no clue how much that hurts. That's as close as a man gets to birthing, basically, for pain. It is bad, especially if they're big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! I passed one that was the size of basically it was 3 millimeters in size, which doesn't seem that big, but your urinary tract from your kidneys to your bladder is like less than half a millimeter in diameter, but it will stretch. So it's like forcing a golf ball through a garden hose.
Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy.
Sorry, it's the best one I have.
My
So,
father passed one recently, and it wasn't a kidney stone, it was a bladder stone, but
yeah, it's pretty. They're pretty close in. Bladder stones are nice, and the fact that if you're getting them in your bladder, that hurts. But that's once the stone is in your bladder, the worst part is over. And if you get a bladder stone stuck where you can't, go anymore, it's pretty obvious, and you go to the doctor and they pull it out manually.
luckily this was when I still had health insurance. And
Yeah,
other than the fact that I had it, wasn't really much in the way of complications.
most of the time, unless it's like most adult males, unless it's absolutely humongous, you can pass it. It's just a matter of forcing enough liquids into your bloodstream that your kidneys fill up and basically through just general freaking water pressure push it all the way into your bladder. And really, once the kidney stone is in your bladder, it's not it's extremely painful to pass it, because I've had it happen where it hurts for like a couple days, and then I'll get like after like day one, I'll go to the doctor and they'll give me like a bottle of Vicodin or Percocet or whatever. The newest thing they've been trying, like urologist has been trying, is a combination of non benzoate muscle relaxers and narcotic painkillers in small doses. So basically, you use the muscle relaxers to make your muscles, uh, you know, not tense up, and then the painkillers to make it so it doesn't hurt, and then your body relaxes and it's much easier to pass. But if the stone is big enough, if it can get stuck in your um, ureter, which in the case of the man is somewhere in the penis, and it's like firing a BB. Finally get enough pressure. So what can happen is if it's shaped the right way, you'll still get flow around. So it's like you're shooting all over the place because there's a stone stuck somewhere in your ureter, and then all of a sudden you'll get enough pressure and the thing will just come. I just remember this one time I'm sitting in the bathroom, and I actually had only like a little bit of pain. I didn't even realize I was passing a stone. And I'm sitting there, and I know this feeling is when you sit there and you have to go, and it'll either be trickling out or you'll just be sitting there and you're like, oh my god, I have to go to the bathroom so bad and I can't go. And then all of a sudden you're just like, oh god, you'll just hear it. You'll hit it. Like, literally heard it hit the toilet. I hear ding 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 splash, and I'm like, I just passed a kidney stone, a big kidney stone. Blink blink. I better get it out of the toilet. And then of course this is also like immediately you're like, well, if I pat like you see the stone fall in the water, you're like, oh crap, you got to stop using the bathroom, get the stone out, wash your hands, and then go back to what you were working on. Go back to finishing your business. And you're just like, oh my god, what the heck have I just done? Sorry, that was kind of a weird topic, I know, but I have a lot of experience with passing those things.
We're getting somewhere.
in hindsight, I probably should have never brought the topic up, but you know, stupid is as stupid does. Mama always said. It's fun. I had completely forgotten that. Um, Right Stuff. I'm looking at my Right Stuff account because the stuff I ordered, I wanted to see um, how long I'm gonna have to wait on the orders and stuff. They actually, because I've always, since the first order I've made, I've had an account. They've actually got like all my orders going back to 2007 when I made my first order. It's hilarious. I still can't believe I paid for second day air on that. That just blew my mind. Good lord. Some of the things I've ordered is just hilarious to see.
You watch a lot of harem animes?
I've watched some, not a god awful lot, but I've watched some.
Well, let's see. You have all of Ranma one half.
I do indeed. I do indeed. Name off some. Maybe I've seen them. I don't know. Actually, I can't even think. I have Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah, that's another one.
Oh, dude! Wow,
That's like the
dude,
unwanted harem genre, isn't it?
dude! Ranma one half is out of print.
Really?
Yes, I'm looking at Right
Oh,
Stuff.
okay, it is really old.
I can't believe it's actually out of print, dude. I didn't think it was ever gonna go out of print. I'm so glad I ordered it now. Holy moly! Sorry, I just like I'm looking at my old orders, looking at stuff that like I ordered back in the day, saying how much of it is still available, and it's like a whole ton of it is completely out of print. Like, wow. Like, it's not completely crazy, but it's still just like, I can't believe Ranma one half is out of print. That's just nuts. I didn't think that license was ever gonna expire.
I guess no one wants it anymore. Although I suppose around, you know, this late, what am I trying to say?
What now?
I suppose now, with how old it is, it's probably starting to show its age and
Well, I'm glad I bought it.
yeah.
That was one of those. I got lucky because um Right Stuff doesn't their Black Friday sale isn't they do the Cyber Monday thing, not the like because they're a website they don't do Black Friday, they do like the Monday after Thanksgiving. They have their big sale. And I was actually off last year, and so when midnight hit and I checked their daily special for Cyber Monday, they had all of Ranma for like it was like, you know, each box set was I want to say like $20 a piece. So I picked it all up for like 140, I want to say. And it's just like I thought that was a great deal. That's kind of what happened with Inuyasha this week. It was like, am I ever, you know, like I had this weird feeling that was just like, dude, $10 a box set, I'm never gonna see it this cheap again.
Oh, yeah, that is cheap.
So $70 for the entire series when it's averaging 30 normally. So it normally be we'll say 210 for the entire series. I'm getting it for 70, no tax, no shipping because I'm over $50 on the order. And I kind of feel bad doing this, but I made two separate orders. Madoka is in a separate order by itself, so that because I knew they would have it in stock, I'll get that like probably sometime this coming week. But the Inuyasha box sets probably won't come until God, I'm guessing probably September. I mean, I honestly wish I had more to talk about than just anime, but that's unfortunately like my only major hobby at this point. I wish I was cool and was watching British sci-fi and shit too.
Yeah, you're just so much less cooler than I am.
I know I'm failing miserably. So, what's the story with the tablet? I must know. I've been dying to ask you, but
What about it? It's a cheap tablet that does what I need.
oh, okay.
It it's nice. We just bought cases that have keyboards on them.
So, is it a what is it? Is it like a Digix or is it a
It's an Android tablet. It's called the SuperPad 4. No, right? 4? I don't know. I don't know where the box went.
Wow, that sounds like a Chinese knockoff to me.
It's by like Light Touch or something, but it's like, legitimately.
And I thought I was legitimately hilarious ordering I've got a Asus Transformer TF700 on pre-order.
Bitch. That's what
What?
That's what I want.
Well, I want to replace my netbook with something a little newer and faster, and I'm thinking that's what I want.
Well, either that or I dropped like $2,000 on a super fancy one. What is it called that I wanted?
Not one of the actual computer tablets.
No, a computer tablet.
Yeah, because Asus has a business tablet that's actually like an i5 tablet, but it only gets like 2 or 3 hours on battery, so you have to like constantly have it plugged in. It's basically a keyboardless laptop for all intents and purposes. The sad thing for me is I want a tablet for some light typing, but mostly just for like watching crap. It's pretty amazing to consider we started with rave, went to periods, hit kidney stones, and then got all the way back to anime.
It's I want to say it's by HP. There's an artist I really like who uses it, but
Oh Lord, you artist people and your strange technology.
it's called Touch Smart. It's a touchscreen laptop that you can draw on and whatnot.
Yep, yep.
Bring on the go.
It's like a what do they call it? Like a Wacom tablet and like a computer in one.
Well, it's Wacom and pretty much.
It's basically a haptic feedback, um, like drawing board, tablet, whatever. Like in the most literal sense of the word, it's like a it's like an electronic, paper tablets you can sketch on.
Well, someday I will have a Cintiq, which is this super expensive Wacom tablet, but currently I'm enjoying my Intuos, but I can't, take it with me places. Unless I take the entirety of my desktop with me.
I know. You artist people in here and your crazy setups.
Well, if I didn't really hate doing traditional art so much.
Well, you definitely have talent, that's for sure. I can confirm that with what you would call great impunity.
What, you mean the crappy little title cards I make?
Hey, those are awesome. I'm seriously at some point when I actually have actual cash money in my PayPal account, I'm gonna like commission you to make me a new user icon that I can use everywhere.
Okay.
What? I like your style.
That's not even. That's my get it done fast style. Or I'm too lazy to be good at it style.
I love, dude. The first title card you did, I so badly wanted to steal the picture of my like the cartoony picture of my head with the fish hat, and just plaster it wherever my icon goes on every website I frequent.
Well, then why don't you just crop it?
Because I'm not a douchebag.
But it's your face.
Yes, but it's your art.
I don't care.
Well, if
It
you're giving me permission,
represents
then I'm gonna
you.
do it. But I thought, I would ask at some point. I just kept forgetting.
Well, there are a bunch of like things for the website that I keep intending to make, but and then I just go to sleep.
I don't feel bad. I'm the same way. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna end up working this week, but like, I'm actually supposed to be getting like 3 or 4 days off at the beginning of next week. Like, I go into work tomorrow night for a couple hours to work on some database stuff, and then just basic operational stuff. And then I'm supposed to be off like Sunday through Wednesday, which if I am, I'm gonna get some serious anime watching done before school starts.
When does it start for you?
September 5th, supposedly.
And is that going to change your schedule at all?
No, not really. Because you're in the West Coast, so by the time I get home from work at night, you're already, you're not actually, usually you're not even back by the time I get home.
Oh, yeah, that's more
It's
of
like,
an issue with laundry.
oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
It's like usually on Fridays, like you don't come back online until like, 9 or 10 my time. Well, 10 or 11 actually.
it's a mixture of assuming I have to do laundry that day, because sometimes I don't, but it's also uh, when I work out, which isn't until my friend gets off of work, and that's normally around 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm. I suddenly was thinking of that wiggle 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 song from LMFAO.
I'm
I'm
sexy
sexy
and
and I,
I know it?
yeah, you can tell I work out. Wiggle 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 or whatever the hell that goes. I don't know.
Hmm.
They had me at Party Rock Anthem, so I'm in for the long run with those guys. Also, they use it in an M&M commercial, so it's stuck in my head. And there's so much stuff I want to watch for anime that I just like. I have no energy to do anything. I just feel so bad because I was gonna get so much stuff watched this week. I'm just like, ugh, I have to work. Screw it. I'll watch it tomorrow. And then I had today off, but I ended up spending most of the day just screwing around. And then I took the night to drink with a friend because she was having what you might call a night of chilling out, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna let you drink alone, so let's do this thing. And yeah, I wish I was cool and I had things to talk about, but unfortunately, I'm not. There's like the only thing I really have left to talk about anymore is just like all the things I want to watch, and we can't talk about it because I don't know anything about the stuff. I'm just like, oh god, I need to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I gotta finish Madoka Magica. Oh my god! And then there's this new stuff. And I want to buy, like every weekly release that Funimation does because it all looks so cool. And I was really depressed that French anime, the whatever I'm just gonna call it LCD because I can't say the name. It turned out to be like I just kept watching, and I'm just like, wow, this is really kind of boring. Ba-da-ba, 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 ba-da-ba. I also need to watch that Kimagure Orange Road show too. That keeps staring at me, going, Mike, Mike, you spent $200. You must be the Reaper of Anime. Live up to your namesake and become the bones you're always meant to be. Yeah, I'm totally lame like that. I am a Reaper of animes. By reap, I mean watch, and by watch, I mean sit on my fat ass and stare at the TV. I need an adult. I am an adult.
So, Bones watch nothing but anime, and I hate women. That's what we've learned from this episode.
I didn't know you hate women. I hate women too. Does that mean we can be misogynists together?
I'm
shouldn't say I hate women. I don't hate them because of their gender. I hate them because of the things they do. And they all tend to be women.
So can we be chauvinists together?
But no, I don't wanna.
I don't even know what I'm referencing anymore. I'm just putting out words that I know to be male-dominated, terms.
But I hate dudes too. Okay, I should just say I hate people who do things that make me angry. Who are
You're an equal opportunity hater?
sure.
Okay.
Just, if I were to think of people off the top of my head, mostly female names would come up.
Well, personally, I hate white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, but I don't
Yeah.
say that very often. I'm only saying that because that's like the predominant majority of this country's, what's what I'm looking for, racial makeup. WASPs. They're like, I think white Anglo-Saxon Protestants make up like a good I think it's like 30 or 40% of. It might be more. I haven't looked at the population stats for like the last 10 years, but it's like if you're gonna pick a target, pick a big target. I'm an equal opportunity hater as well. It's like, what was it, George Carlin? He's like, what? I have a color TV. I can hate anything I want. I don't remember the joke, and I apologize. But George Carlin, either George Carlin or Lewis Black made a joke about something about, oh, I'm racist, am I? Well, I own a color TV. See, not racist. Shut up. Not even sexist. That's the sad thing. Like, in actual all reality, like, my biggest issue is with bigots. It's not actually with like a specific race or creed or color or sex. It's just bigots. Intolerance just drives me crazy. It's stupidity. Stupidity as well.
So I'm looking at their traffic sources,
Yeah.
and there's the ones that make sense, like Google, Twitter, and Mibit, and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
there's Mendo,
Okay.
which is the #1 adult social network.
That's funny.
Which is a whole lot of naked people on the front page there.
Hey, I like naked people, especially of the female persuasion.
I don't know why people or how or what, but we get a lot from them.
That's interesting.
And there's the dog barking.
The dog demands a sacrifice. Blood for the blood god.
I've never seen this one before, but like today we got 11 hits off of it. Film Hill?
What now?
It's a movie streaming site.
Really? That's interesting. I'm trying to remember. I mean, I was on a streaming site. I was on a streaming site trying to find the. Because I tried. I forgot to watch for the last like month. I forgot to watch Futurama, the new episodes of Futurama, and so I was searching around for a place that it could that had like streaming copies. I tried Comedy Central, but they don't do that for. They only do that for South Park. And so I was looking for a website that would have it, but yeah, apparently no one has it. I couldn't find anyone with streaming copies. I was like, did I ever go to our site? Did I ever go to your blog from that? I'm like, I don't think I did.
Russia is now our #1 viewer based on
What?
countries. Russia.
Who the heck is in Russia that's watching our or listening to our stuff? I still need to order the last Eden of the East movie so I can get that because I ordered the first part of this. Actually, bought the series and the first movie, and if I get the second movie from them, I get the they've got the, what is it, like silico, like the decal that's on all of their phones. You can actually get a sticker that's that like decal, which I think would be cool. I'm a total sucker for the free gift stuff. I fully admit that I'm a consumer whore. Kiki wouldn't know anything about that though. She's not a consumer whore. And how?
I bought a bag just because it had an owl on it. An owl that is wearing glasses. I had to have it.
So you really like owls, huh? Are you an Owlicious fan?
Yes.
Emphatically yes or just yes?
Just yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like, oh my god, but, owls are cute. So are cats and rabbits and dogs and horses, and I like cute things. And snakes that smile. Those are fucking adorable.
That is pretty crazy.
Come on, kitty. You're adorable, no matter how much of a shit you are.
Yeah, you with owls is probably me like with dogs or wolves.
Puppies!
Indeed. That's the running joke when we watch Game of Thrones. Anytime the wolf pups come on screen, it's like puppies. That's all Radrian's fault, by the way. Just putting that out there. I blame him. I blame him for all of my problems. Truly, it's all his fault, and no one else's but his. It's the American way. I blame everyone else but myself. I commit no faults, but everyone else does. Everyone else is just screwing up my life. Sarcasm at its worst. At its very, very worst. I really want to watch. I got this series Gull Force. I meant to watch it today, but then I decided to have a couple drinks with my friend, and then forgot to watch it. I'm kind of interested. We'll have to talk about that next week while I'm thinking about it.
Sometimes I feel like in every episode we're always next week, next week. We will try harder.
This is the end of episode 5 of the Super Happy Fun Dabber Frosty Party with Kiki and Bone. I wish I was a Dalek.
Hang on. Microwave popcorn. I actually forgot to buy. Ringo, go out. Weren't you supposed to get something today? Phoenix? Yeah, we did. Oh, you did? Oh, well, let me see. Let me see. Oh, neat. Oh, okay. There's a little coupon. Oh, that's neat. That's very cool. Okay, was I asleep? Yes. Me, someone knocked on my door and I didn't know? I didn't know either. When I put the dog outside, I saw the box in front of the door. Really? Yeah. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that. You want to come out? Okay, you can start talking again.
Oh, okay. That was interesting.